kos kami dah beli. Dia tak kasih buat aktiviti kat sini tau.
Apa-apa pun tak nak.
Cik!
Cik, Pan! Sekarang ni tempat bisnes aku. Bukan tempat untuk kamu semua main-main. Faham? Aku dengar kamu orang tak letak dokumen yang lengkap. Tak tahu datang dari mana. Kalau mau belajar, kamu pergi cari tempat lain. Diamlah. Jangan buat bising. Customer aku sudah komplain.
Saya faham Cikgu Siti. Tapi budak ni tak ada sijil lahir, tak ada dokumen.
Tak bagi budak-budak ni pergi sekolah kan? Tak apa. Biar aku je yang dekatkan sekolah dengan diorang.
Boleh tak saya tukar apple ni dengan buku tu?
Yang ni? Boleh je. Nah. Tak apa, awak simpan je apple tu, okey?
Betul ke?
Betul.
Terima kasih, Kak.
Kes, so A untuk?
Apple.
B untuk?
Ball.
C untuk?
Cat.
Walaupun dia tak ada dokumen, Cik, dia tetap ada masa depan.
Peraturan tetap peraturan.
Kalau dah tak ada jalan lain, Cik, memang masa depan budak-budak ni tertutup selamanya, Cik. Budak-budak ni tak minta kemewahan. Dia cuma minta peluang. Kalau maksud sebenar raya adalah untuk buka pintu dan hati, inilah masanya tuan-tuan dan puan-puan. Untuk kita buka pintu untuk mereka ni semua.
Mak, stok kita terbakar sebab ada orang buang rokok. Kita kena cari tempat lain.
Mr. Lim, saya nak jemput awak ke rumah terbuka hari raya nanti.
Bukankah itu maksud sebenar raya?
Pergi! Pergi!
Dulu aku fikir sekolah untuk yang ada. Cikgu ajar ilmu untuk semua. Walau datang tanpa nama, di sini kami semua diterima.
Haji, bye-bye, bye-bye. Tempat ini tempat ini kamu orang pakai je. Tapi jangan bising sangat.
Cikgu nak awak ingat satu pesan cikgu, okey? Ilmu yang kita ada, kita kena kongsikan dengan semua.
Tahun depan boleh tak saya ajar budak baru?
Boleh.
Terima kasih, cikgu.
my kids in Chocolate to become the future leader. They can be proud of themselves telling that I'm the street children that came out from Buku Jalan Chocolate. And I'm here to change humanity. I'm here to change how people live. Okay, done.
Hi, morning everyone. Welcome back to Mankapa 88. Happy Friday. All right, so looking at the S&P 500, well, the US market continued to rally on yesterday's session, on Thursday session, with now the S&P 500 is closing up by 0.62% for its seventh straight day of gains, right? So I think the big winners today were related to the tech and also the AI stocks, led by we have here Amazon, Micron, Meta, SanDisk. While the temporary ceasefire is facing some early tests, right, with the oil prices creeping back higher and renewed tension in Lebanon. So the market is still betting that the diplomacy will win out during the big peace talk in Pakistan. So for now, we're seeing buy dip mentality or sentiment as traders shift focus from the war risk back to the the original corporate profit and also the AI innovation. So for the China A50 futures market, right? So we saw a slight pullback yesterday as the market takes a breather after huge, I would say huge rally, right? And I believe that investors is a bit cautious after digesting the risk of the market. So on top of that, I think everyone is waiting for the China big inflation report coming out today. I think a good result could be the next major spot for the market. And for now, it's a typical wait and see day for today. I think the market is just catching a breath and watching the news closely to see if the talk will lead to more permanent opening for the shipping lanes. For now, we recommend staying patient. As we wait for today's data to set the direction for next week. Right, for the WTI crude oil futures will jump back yesterday, even though there's a pause in direct fighting between the US and also Iran. Israel is still conducting major strikes in Lebanon, which has made the situation, I would say, tense, right? Also, everyone is now looking at a big peace meeting in Pakistan today to see if the real deal can be reached. So for now, I expect the price to stay high and volatile until we see the shipping lanes actually stay open over the weekend, because we know Trump often disturb the market during the weekend, right? But yeah, so for now we still keep our positive trading bias intact to aim for the 110 immediate resistance level. Okay, and looking at our FBM, KLCI, and also FKLI, right? So the KLCI and also the FKLI both finished the day slightly lower, erasing some of the gains we saw on previous trading day session. So investors are still assessing the risks of the overall market. I believe there's still a major disagreement over whether Lebanon is still included in the deal or not, right? Because I think fighting continued there today, right? So this uncertainty also caused some selling in our big bank names and also consumer stock yesterday. So I think on the brighter side, our plantation and also the energy sector are still holding up well as they benefit from the ongoing volatility of the uh, commodity prices. So we expect the market to stay sensitive to these headlines as we head into the weekend. So yeah, just sharing with you this seasonality heat map. Now since we are still in early April, if you look here for 10 years average gain for KLCI, right? In April specifically, we are looking somewhere around 0.9 to 1% gains. However, at this juncture, we are still down by 0.24%. So I believe if the positivity in the market could spark beyond the headline move, we could buy the dip for the heavyweight names lah, right? And also, looking at the yesterday's market action, I think the benchmark, like what I mentioned just now, the benchmark closed lower, right, in the negative territory, as you see here, some banking names face pullback. However, it's important to note that the strong pocket of resilience we saw in the energy and also plantation spaces, as well as a significant surge in the healthcare stocks like uh, Hata, you see here, Top Glove as well. So this divergence, right, divergence movement suggests that while the broader index is under some weight, right, but investors still remain um, uh, active in specific growth and also recovery theme across the market. So not all is in red for yesterday. I mean, for our market. Right. So yeah, healthcare sector led the gains by 2.8%, yeah, 2.9% yesterday, followed by the energy sector at 1.98%. Right. So looking at our Malaysia trading stock, so we have QR Resources today. So the stock is on its breakout formation, higher at 3.95 level on the strong volume. And with that, we expect the momentum to keep bullish and the stock able to propel higher to test the next resistance at 4.20 level, followed by 4.45 level. And if the stock to clear below this 3.70 support, this could reverse the cosine trend lower below this 21-day moving average. Also, next we have Kosan Rubber Industry, or the Kosan, which is the glove maker, right? So the stock is experiencing a pending breakout and 1.22 level. And if the stock remains bullish, we're expecting the price to reach 1.31 in the coming session. Second resistance is at 1.40 level. And also support is back at 1.13 level for Kosan. Right, so we have one breakout stocks, which is QR Resources, and one pending breakout stocks, which is Kosan Rubber Industries. And lastly, for the palm oil market, right? FCPO saw a nice, I would say, a nice rebound yesterday, closing back above this 4,600 level as the buyers return to the market to take advantage of the recent low prices. So I think the main driver for yesterday's strength was the renewed jump in the global oil prices as well. Additionally, I think everyone is looking forward uh, for the MPOB report coming out today, and this combination of the tighter supply and higher energy costs has given the market a fresh boost as well. And for today, expect the focus to stay on the MPOB data and any new development for the talk, right? Which we likely to set the tone for next week. So at this juncture, we're keeping out our long bias. Long bias remains unchanged. With stop loss remains firm at 4,400, and resistance is at 4,925 together with 5,100 level. Right, so I'll stop here and pass the floor to Iftaar. Thanks everyone and happy trading.
Hi, thanks, Aiman. Yep, morning, everyone. We have an IPO note on AMS Advanced Material. So we assign a fair value of 34 cent, which implies a 17% upside. Yep. So let me just share my screen and walk you through the report. Okay, yeah. So what this company basically does is that they do two things. The first one is the processing of semi-finished products and also the trading of semi-finished aluminium products. So aluminium products is just basically your extrusion profiles, your sheets and rods. So these are used for raw materials for those companies who are in the who are in the engineering and precision industry, and then your aerospace, your construction as well. Yep. So for this company, they mainly use a cost plus model whereby they procure the raw material for their clients, and then they charge a fix, or they charge a sort of a formularized basis to to get their profits. Yep. So even though now aluminium prices is rising, now it's about 3.4 to 3.5, but they can still pass on their cost to their customers. Yep. So all this while they have been doing the trading of semi-finished aluminium products, but from FY24 onwards, they ventured into this processing whereby they can cut and share the raw materials into specific sizes and also types for their customers. And this allows them to generate overall better margins and also ASPs. And thanks to this, they have managed to double their revenue from FY22 to FY2025. Yep. So and then their main customers are aerospace, construction, as you can see here, automotive and also semiconductor. Yep. So for the semicon industry, they make up about 37% of their FY25 revenue, followed by aerospace of about 21%. Yeah. So they have a long established rapport with their customers with over 10 years, and they are Penang based, and then they have been operating for more than 20 years. Yep. So overall, they are planning to use their IPO proceeds. Some of them are used to expand their warehouse, and some of them are used to pay their bank borrowings. As you can see here on the right hand side. Yeah, so when it comes to valuation, we note that they don't have any direct listed peers. I mean, they have P Metal, which are operating in the upstream region. So there is not exactly their direct peers, as you can see here in figure 6. Yeah, so what we do here is that we think that they mainly operate, they are mainly appropriated to be valued according to the KL Pro Index. But we use -1 as the valuation to arrive at our fair value against the KL Pro Index. And we think this is justified given AMS smaller market cap, which is less than 200 million, but also supported by its robust earnings growth. Yeah, so at our current earnings and also current IPO price, it implies about 12 times FY 2027. Yeah, so that is all from me. Thank you so much, everyone, and happy trading. And I'll see you next Monday. Thank you.